Lieutenant Wolf, you've been crawling behind enemy lines for the last 4 days since the crash. You're trying to find yourself a way home, and finally, 2 clicks north from here, just beyond an enemy outpost, you found a way back home. After reconnaissance and analysis, you have found a suitable path through the outpost to be able to sneak your way through undetected. It's now or never. Do you have any last words or prayers before descending your way down from your vantage? From your vantage point.
I pull out my picture Belle Delphine and I just kiss it. I tuck it back into my vest.
Okay. Lieutenant Wolf, you make your way down from the vantage point and start weaving your way through all of the enemies, sneakily making your way by. Most are just living their lives and playing cards and doing all these different things that guards do, because in video games that's what it teaches us. You make your way through every point of exit and sneakily making your way through. Every once in a while, you feel death's hand approaching you, because at any moment you could be caught. But your survival instincts tell you to keep on fighting, and death's hand retracts itself from you as you continue to live on. You make your way near the end of the outpost. You can see literal freedom. All you have to do is rush and run as fast as you can. You take a look to the left. You take a look to the left. You take a look to the right. You wait for just the right moment, and you begin to anime run as fast as possible. But just as you do, you take 3 steps, and you're stopped in your tracks. Just then, you meet the eyes and the gaze of one of the enemies, as he is just buckling his pants from taking a piss break. You both look at each other. You look to the right. You see his weapon is placed upon a barrel. You both are equal distance away. You could run for it. Or, what do you do?
I feel like the weapon's a trap.
Okay.
So, I'm going to do a big brain, high 189, dumb high IQ play. And I'm going to make my run to beeline him as he runs the weapon, and I'm going to kick him in the nuts as hard as I can.
Okay. You bum rush this guy, and you boom, take him, you lift him up in the air, you knee him in the nuts, you start punching him in the face, poof, 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 poof. The onslaught continues, ah! And then all you can hear is, Ben! 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 And all around you, the world begins to change. The woods drop, the grass dissipates. The enemy in front of you turns from this bearded man to a teddy bear. You look around you, and all there is Nerf bullets everywhere. You look to your left to the opening of where a kitchen is, and you see a woman step through. It's your mother, and she's telling you that dinner is ready.
Oh. What kind of monster have I become to do this to Ben's teddy bear? All around me are familiar faces.
This is Slaying Dragons in the Morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Oh, look at that cup. Thank you so much for joining us, grabbing your coffee, your hot chocolate, your wine, your beer, your soda, whatever you need to get yourself waked up in the morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I am your host, Hunter, and this is my co-host.
Hey, it's me. I'm Joey.
Yeah, that's Joey. Good morning. Joey, so first things first, before we even talk about how each other are doing, or even bother to see, what's on each other's minds, what cup do you have?
I have this gorgeous Maru, the succubus cup.
Oh, doing the dab, putting the dab on him.
She's throwing down a dab. Now, Now, true men of culture will note that I'm using this cup because a new Marrow short just came out on certain cultured sites.
I don't know if I should Google this.
I don't know if you're cultured enough.
Well, to the culture then. Uh, what interesting stuff. So I have gone with an Old Faithful today because I technically
Well, yeah, you're like, oh, I got 18 can koozies. You're already back to number one.
I said I ordered. I ordered 12 more canned
Mm,
koozies last night. So I have to
mm.
wait for them to come in. I have used all 4 koozies, I believe. We have the Joey mug, which was day number 1, and I believe after that I did Beware the Smiling Dungeon Master. Unless I did this with a D&D game. So instead, here you go, everybody. Here's this one. Uh,
Don't know if you've used that one yet, to be
2020
honest.
is
You
2020
have used
sus,
that one.
and don't you forget about
You
me.
have used that one. That was your
Okay,
second
well
one.
then guess what, guys? We are swapping out, and we are going to, oh no, can I? Oh no,
No, it's
Joey's,
too late.
Joey's face doesn't want to let go. Okay, we got it. Here we go. We're gonna swap over to the correct can koozie before we get all the other ones for next week. Beware the smiling dungeon master.
Mm,
Yes. Ooh, that koozie's cold now.
right.
Dude, the funny thing is like I love all these can koozies. Yours though is like the best insulated. The one of your face has the best insulation, and your face, and it says it perfectly too, because your face is like, oh fuck, I'm cold. Oh. It's
Not
perfect.
cold today, brother.
Not cold
Mm.
today. You know, Joey, I did what you said you were gonna do. Shorts, look at him. Yes, shorts. Ah! And I'm standing on my
Oh
chair.
man,
I feel like I'm gonna
this
die.
segment, this
Ah,
segment's for the ladies.
I could. Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Our point oh 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 1% demographic.
Oh god, I'm dying. Okay, we're good. I didn't die. Uh, oh boy. When I stood up in front of that camera, everybody went.
Yeah, I felt a great disturbance in the force, like 1,000 lightsabers being ignited all at once.
Everybody's like, "Oh my god!" Uh, perfect. Well, anyway, we're finally wearing shorts because, oh my god, this winter's finally like getting to the end. I looked outside this morning and I saw so much grass. I honestly was like, "This can't be true. I don't know what's going
This
on.
can't. This isn't the real.
This isn't the real
This
world." I
is a
thought it was global
simulation.
warming. I was like, "I don't
Glitch in
understand."
the matrix.
Glitch in the Matrix. Oh my god, I have a funny thing about Glitch in the Matrix. So first of all, anyway, winter's ending and it's awesome. We can finally wear shorts and it's warm outside. So so glitch in the Matrix. So the other day I was driving down the road, but what I mean where I was doesn't really fucking matter. But I was driving, and I look to my left, and I see literally a line of cars going around a building that
Were they all painted black?
they were just all the same car. And it was funny that they were all the same car too, because they weren't just all like black cars. No, they were all gray cars with white hoods. Every single one. It was really weird. Every single one of them was a gray car with a white hood, and it
Was it
was.
like,
Go ahead.
you know, when the dealerships get the new cars and they have like the plastic on them?
It's, maybe we'll get to that. So anyway, I see all these cars, and they literally looked like it was like by a restaurant, and like it was in the fast food lane, and these cars were literally like going out and coming all the way around the building. And I looked over, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm in a simulation. What's going on? Why is there so many of the same cars? I look at it, I look away, I look at it, and then I realized it was the extra parking lot for the dealership across the street. And it was the parking lot of an old restaurant. I was I was
Oh, is
fuming.
it the one there that used to be a Pizza Hut or a
Uh,
Burger King or
well, it was a
whatever?
Pizza Hut first, and then it was a Porky's
Jack's Grill or
barbecue
Porky's
something
Barbecue.
something with a barbecue porky something. It had a pig in the picture, I thought. Either way, I got scared. I was freaking out. I'm like, what's going on? Why is everybody the same?
What's going on?
Mm, what's going on? Um, but yeah, that was my story. That's all I have. You got any good?
That's a good story.
It was a good story. It was funny. I was laughing. That was Dunzo. What do you got for us, Joey? How you doing? I know now the winter's
How
gone.
you
And
doing? Oh, I'm so much happier.
oh,
Like
oh
I've been like, and then the last 3 days where it's been in the 60s, it's just been like
yeah.
so much better.
Doge. Well, it's
Um,
nice too because like I look out of the window and I don't see like a foot of snow in front of my window now. Instead I just see trees with no leaves, which is upsetting, yes. But like now I know they're gonna start growing leaves again, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah. But yeah, it's
yeah,
nice to
like
yeah.
it's so nice not to like look outside and see either your two color choices are white or gray or brown.
It's nice to not think I'm in like an ice jail, like a winter
Mm.
jail.
Just the
The
fact
bars
that
are
you're
just
like, oh, am I gonna have to like dig my car out of a snowbank today,
oh.
or he found one thaw finally comes?
Dude, I literally like shoveling is the bane of my existence during winter. I hate it. It's the winter in itself is just the absolute worst. I say it all the time. I hate winter with a burning passion, and I wish my burning passion was so hot it would melt the snow, but it does not. But
If only,
if
if
om
only.
if only if only. Our first bit of topic here is so we've talked about some Pokemon last week, but we didn't really touch any of the other bigger news. Now technically this is I don't want to say old news. I mean it got announced a week
Sold,
ago, 2 weeks
sold.
ago.
We're late to the party, but
Yeah, I mean
we're
we
gonna
just we
talk
just had
about
other
it.
we had other more important things to talk about. There are new Pokemon games coming out.
There
We
are
yeah
three.
yeah we, there's three of them coming out. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are obviously the Gen 4 remakes from back then, but there's one really really big Pokemon game coming out that I am honestly the most excited for. The other two, cool, nice. I'll probably pick one up. However, though, the other one I am way more excited for. I'm gonna let Joey just talk about it. Go ahead,
So um,
do it.
there's there's for the first time ever, there's an open world Pokemon RPG coming out called Arceus.
It's either Arceus, or Arceus, one or the other. But either way, is looks dope. Did you watch the trailer at all yet?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, the fact that you can just go out, take a Pokeball, and chuck it at a Pokemon, phenomenal. I'm in.
Yeah, but if we remember our scripture, the prophet Misty said that you can't just throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon and catch it.
Our scripture. She does. She says you do have to battle a Pokemon and weaken it before you can catch it, and that makes a whole lot of sense. However, though, it's not impossible because you can catch a Caterpie without having to fight it at all. It depends on how just.
The Messiah did catch his Caterpie without battling it first.
You're right. He did. He did do that. And I think the Misty said it was specifically because it was a weakling, but we have come to learn that that Caterpie was much stronger than any other Caterpie has ever been before. So
Had a great fighting spirit.
exactly. So I mean, sometimes the scripture gets it wrong. Sometimes it doesn't. It really there's a lot going on in there. Just like regular things do. Anyway, Arceus does look really dope though. The other big thing in the trailer that I noticed that I'm like, why do we have this mechanic? Why do we get to do this? Why are we gonna need it? Is you get to jump and roll, dodge and roll. Why do we need dodge and roll in Pokemon? What is gonna be so crazy that we have to dodge and roll from? I am excited
Because
for that.
Charizard's a dick.
That's the other thing too. Can you actually like? get killed by Pokemon this time around? Is that why you can dodge and roll? Like, can you get hurt by a Pokemon now? Do you have hit points?
Probably.
That'd be so dope. I am excited for that. It's gonna be so good.
They are for.
What'd you say?
Oh, Megan was asking if they're for the Switch.
Oh, yes, yes, they're both for the Switch. It's a Pokemon game, of course.
Yeah,
It's only Nintendo.
well, I mean, since I've been researching our upcoming project,
And reading the
I've been
scripture,
looking
or sorry,
into
watching the
the Pokemon
scripture, and
manga,
right, right.
and well, see, the difference between the anime and the manga is much more for an older audience.
Okay.
So the battles in that, like the battles in the show, are like I throw out my thing, it does one attack, and the battle's over. The battles in the manga are like fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure level.
Holy shit.
Like
Super
the
intense.
trainers are like getting involved, and they're like, "All right, throw out these attacks so I can use them to run up to the top of the arena and throw out another Pokemon
Oh my
for better
god.
positioning."
What? Oh no, you're like, I see you. Your video's like going boop boop boop.
Your video's going like you.
Yeah, but on my end it's not, but your end it is. So that's like where we're getting. It's a whole thing. We're getting, but it's fine now. We're good. We have to start. You're just gonna have to. We're just gonna have to start like meeting up at a undisclosed location to do the show. We're gonna have to get
We
once
need
this.
an actual
And say
studio.
once this COVID thing's over, we're gonna do this like Sports Center announcer or people, hosts, whatever. We're gonna get like one of those like curved desks. We're gonna sit behind it. We're gonna have like news flyers and cue cards, and we're gonna look at the camera, and then we're gonna look at the camera, and then we're gonna look at the camera, because there's gonna be three cameras. Fourth camera for up top. Fourth camera. Fifth camera for down bottom.
That's so many cameras.
So many cameras everywhere. Um, no, Arceus looks dope. I think it's gonna be really cool. I like the fact that it's gonna be a real open world, and you can also hide in the tall grass instead of the all the games ever being don't go in the tall grass. That's where the Pokemon are. You gotta go around it. Blah blah blah. You get to hide in the tall grass and surprise a Pokemon now instead of a Pokemon surprising you in the tall grass. It's all backwards. It's Pokemon Electric
Turning it,
Boogaloo
we're turning it on its head.
turning it on its head. Boom, 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 boom. We talked about Arceus a bit, and then, like I said, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is also coming out. Those are just two older Pokemon games that are getting remade.
Now, there's
Um,
been a lot of people like, oh god, this is chibi. I don't like this. This does not look good. And like I just watched through it last night, and I was like, all it really looks like is they took the old Game Boy overworlds and made them 3D.
yeah, like I mean, it's not like they're old games. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, completely remaster them? You're making a game, Arceus. You're making
Yeah.
another complete open world Pokemon game. How about all you Pokemon fans shut the hell up so we can make sure that's good instead of you having to try and get them to remaster the remaster? Like, leave it alone.
Why didn't you turn Gen 1 into Pokemon Sword? I boycott your company.
I boycott your company. If you didn't know, Shining Pearl and Diamond or Brilliant Diamond or whatever, they're the Pokemon that were. It was the Fire Monkey, the like turtle
The pair.
plant, and the penguin. That was the
What are
starters.
their names though, Hunter?
I'm got it. It's
Chikorita.
Piplet, Chimbury, and Turtle. That's like it.
Well,
Turtle. That
I
can't be
missed
right.
the
Hold on. That might not be it. Hold on. Oh yeah.
I
Okay, it's
put
it's Piplup was the penguin. Turtwig,
Piplup,
Turtwig
Turtwig,
was the grass like turtle, and then Chimchar was the fire monkey.
Chimchar, Chimpanzee that is a Charmander.
Exactly. See, dude, the naming conventions of Pokemon sometimes they're just like we're getting to the bottom of the barrel. Let's just throw some names together. Honestly.
Totodile.
Oh, he's the best fucking Pokemon. Gen 1 and Gen 2 were the best fucking Pokemon to ever get made because they were all like straight up original, like just fantastic. Like
Chat,
you can't beat Gen 1, Gen
chat.
2.
Who are your favorite Pokemon?
Gen 1, Gen 2. Other than Pokemon, before we get too crazy into that, there's some other news that I know
Something
Joey,
I'm passionate about.
yes, Joey is very passionate about this.
Now, I just saw this last night and it brought a small spark of life to my cold, Evil Dead heart. Did you see what I did there?
I saw what you did. I saw what you did. They didn't see what you did there, but I saw what you
They
did there.
didn't see. Um,
They don't see, but
Bruce
I see.
Campbell, Bruce Campbell, the chin that could, has announced that in production this year is Evil Dead Rise, the fourth Evil Dead film, the long awaited fourth Evil Dead film.
Oh my god.
Ash Williams is returning with directors Sam Raimi to chainsaw some Deadites, baby.
That's Deadites?
I got only one thing to say. Groovy.
I don't know what any of it means. I know who Bruce Campbell is. I know who Ash is. I know that Evil Dead is a movie. I thought it was a TV show.
It was
Um,
for a while.
oh,
They
it
did like
was.
3 seasons. Yeah.
Oh, okay. However, I know nothing about the actual series and what it's all about. Joey, can you tell me what it is? Because I have no clue.
Okay, so
Get
way
me
back in
interested.
the day,
Back in the
um, Sam Raimi took like $500 and a bunch of his friends to a cabin in the woods, and he's like, "We're gonna make a horror movie."
day. Okay.
And from those humble roots, we got one of the best horror franchises in all of cinema, Evil Dead. Now, these
Okay.
these college kids, they go to the cabin,
Mhm.
they find a book in the basement,
Okay.
uh, and as college kids do, they inquisitively start to read the book. Only they find out later that reading the book is actually a way to summon Kandarian demons to this plane of existence.
Oh my god, that sounds a lot like Cabin in the Woods
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods is highly inspired
by
by,
Evil Dead.
yeah.
Okay, continue.
The demons start possessing the kids.
That's not good.
Ash
It's
is
never good.
is left to fight off the possessed husks of his former friends
Oh my god.
and defeat the evil in the woods. Then Evil Dead 2 is a sort of light reboot sequel to the first movie because Sam Raimi got funding for it
Okay.
and he got to make the movie that he wanted to make.
Okay.
So we get a much grander Evil Dead than the first movie.
So, question
Um,
before we go too far. Now, I know
yep,
this man has a chainsaw for an arm.
he
Now, was
does.
he born with that?
No,
Or.
absolutely not.
Okay.
So in Evil Dead 2,
Oh,
uh,
okay. So in Evil Dead
Ash's
1,
hand.
he didn't have
No,
a chainsaw hand in Evil Dead 1.
no, that doesn't come till Evil Dead 2.
Okay. Okay.
Like I said, much more grandiose. In Evil Dead 2, Ash's hand gets possessed by a Kandarian demon. And it
Hold
starts
on.
to fight him. There's this
Hold on.
great slapstick scene. Yep.
So, in the first one, all of his friends, the full body gets possessed. Why is it
Mhm.
only his hand gets possessed?
Well, Ash is special.
Aren't they all? Wait.
No.
I,
Ash, we find out this doesn't come till later in Evil Dead 2.
okay.
But we
Okay.
do find out that Ash is the prophesized one in the Book of the Dead to defeat the Deadites.
Hmm. What a coincidence that he goes out to the
What a
cabin in the winds.
coincidence.
What a coincidence. Movies. Movie magic, I like to call it.
So anyway, his hand gets possessed
hmm
and it's fucking with him. It's beating the shit out of him. So he stabs it to the floor with a kitchen knife
Oh,
and he
oh!
saws it off at the wrist with the chainsaw.
I know somebody who did that. Stabbed themselves in the hand with a
See,
knife.
you're like questioning this logic and you just lived through
I
it.
did. I just lived through it. I did. I did just live through it. I didn't stab my hand. It's not me, guys. I didn't do it.
But
So
Ash is like an engineering genius, so he like modifies the chainsaw so it can go on his hand.
Okay, okay, I see. So now we've answered the question of why he has a chainsaw hand.
Right.
So, so Ash here, Ash Tucker, Ash Ketchum,
Williams.
Williams. Okay, I was guessing. I thought those were both very good guesses. Um, Ash Williams. He's the prophesized, literal, like I don't even know. A bane of existence to all demons.
Mhm.
And he is now charged with taking out and destroying all demons on Earth, or just
Yeah,
in
but
this cabin.
he doesn't want to do it.
Of course you don't want to do. Who wants to go fight demons? That's so messed up. It's evil, literal evil. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like even not everyone's suited up for just taking it. But when has the hero ever wanted to do his quest? Come on, doesn't make for
I
good
mean,
TV.
even Luke Skywalker said he couldn't leave till his aunt and uncle got burned by stormtroopers.
Exactly. It takes a village being burnt down sometimes, or a house.
Remember that? Remember that, Star Wars fans? Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
We remember. We remember. They were in 2 movies. That's it. Um. So, what was I saying? Oh, Ash Williams. Anyway, so he's charged with going and fighting all the demons on Earth. How does he? Earth is big. Is it Earth, or is it just the cabin, or is it just like a small area in North Dakota? Like, what are
Well,
we?
they come for the book.
Oh, so he protects the book. He doesn't destroy demon. Well, he destroys demons, but he protects the book from demons. That's his actual quest. Is protecting the book.
Well, the ultimate goal is to like banish them from this plane, but in order to do that, there's things that have to be achieved.
Steps involved.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller subclasses or
Like
subquests.
getting pulled back in time to medieval times.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's what Army of Darkness is.
He goes through time with a
Yeah,
chainsaw.
yeah. See,
So confused.
he has to get his hand back because the chainsaw, there's a lot of things it doesn't do, like it doesn't have opposable thumbs.
Well, I mean, yeah. What is he? He's got
So,
another
so in
hand.
Army of Darkness, he puts that big brain, dumb high 189 IQ to work,
Okay.
and he takes a suit of armor and he builds himself a mechanical hand.
Oh my god. How does he? How I can't even. It seems like a lot of MacGyvering going on there.
Yeah.
A lot of
If
MacGyvering.
you like MacGyver, you'll like Ash.
Then you'll like Ash. You'll love Evil Dead if you like MacGyver. It's perfect. It's the same thing. There's no difference whatsoever.
Except for the demons.
Except for the demons and the chainsaw hand. And the Book of the Dead.
Buckets and buckets of fake blood.
So, but either way, the newest movie's coming out. That's what's happening. We're getting a fourth movie. So there's been three.
Yeah.
There's been 3 other demon slaying movies.
And because the series is canon, I can only assume that Rise takes place after the series.
So what is the canonical adventure the first movie, second movie, third movie series now fourth movie? What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was the series
That's
about? It was 3 seasons.
Yep.
Okay,
So Ash, it picks up. There's two alternate endings to Army of Darkness. One where he winds up in the future that's been destroyed by the demons, and one where he gets back to his own future, but the demons are still there.
why is there two
And it picks up
alternate
on the
endings?
second because Sam Raimi wanted to make the movie where he overslept and wound up in the destroyed future, but he never got the funding for it.
Okay.
And then it didn't test well with test audiences, so they made the other one where he got back to his own time and he was like, "Hail to the king, baby."
Hail to the king. So now he's there trying to stop the future that he saw, or did he not see the future at all?
No, he's definitely trying to ignore it all and just go back to being a bit of a douche.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I see, I see, I see. Okay, okay.
But then
Cool.
evil has a way of catching up with you.
That is that like a tagline from the movie
No,
series,
no,
TV show? Who said that?
no.
Ronald
I said it.
McDonald. Oh, okay, you said it. Last week you had such a good quote, and it was from Metal
I
Gear Solid. Oh,
But
sweet.
yeah,
I
he
mean,
he and
sounds cool.
his team of demon fighters continue the war in the series,
Mm.
picking up where alternate ending of the third movie left off. And now I can only assume that the fourth movie, because now the series is canonical, will pick up where the series left off.
It would be nice, wouldn't it? So here's my next question. You said this was a horror movie. This sounds a lot like an action movie.
It's a horror comedy with action.
So is it like, if I were to compare it to something, if you've ever seen this, um, uh, Tucker and something versus Evil?
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, is it like that?
It's got that same sort of tongue in cheek comedy style, yeah.
Gotcha. Cause I.
Later in the series, like the first movie is more played off more like a traditional horror movie, but as the series goes on, it gets there's a lot more comedy elements to it. Kind of like Spider-Man, you know how the first one was like a serious superhero movie,
Sure.
and then we wind up at Spider-Man 3 somehow.
Okay. I see. Because I hate horror movies. I am not good with scary stuff. I'm really, really, really bad with scary stuff. But you
Yeah,
make
you'll
it
probably want to start with the second movie.
start with a second movie if I'm gonna watch it. All right, maybe. I'll see what life throws at me. See how I live. And maybe watch it. Who knows? However, though, you know what? You know what I will be doing? You know what I will be doing if I'm not watching Evil Dead?
Hmm.
Starting my new pro career. My pro gamer career.
That didn't sound like what you were going to do at 2 o'clock this morning.
Hey,
At
shut
two
up.
o'clock this morning, it sounded like you were never going to play that game again because
Never
you had
gonna.
one bad match.
Never. One bad match, bruh. It's not. See, the thing is when you play a match, it's not like you play one match. You play fucking 25 of them. You play 25 bad matches. It's 25 in one game. It's not fucking. No. Each round feels like a match, and I hate it. I hate it. I feel like I'm playing a mobile game. I'm so mad. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna be a pro gamer. And I'm gonna be a pro boy gamer. I'm gonna be a pro boy gamer.
I do think as gamers we need to start saying pro boy gamer.
No, Joey, it's not boy gamer. It's just gamer.
Oh,
Inside joke. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna
is
be a
it?
pro gamer. Is it? I'm gonna be a pro gamer, guys, because we started playing Valorant last night, and I am a natural, 100%.
Yeah, and better than Carter, that's for sure.
I'm better than Carter. I'm better than any. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, we played Valorant last night, and I am a all natural. I was shooting heaven, and I was taking spike, and I was planting B, and I was blinding, and I was other lingos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, push, rotate.
yeah, push, rotate, divide, conquer. I did it all. Odin, shields,
Yeah,
alt. I did it
yeah.
all.
You got different alts. That's not like Overwatch at all.
It's not. The entire time we were playing, all I wanted to do was compare it to Overwatch. Every single character was an Overwatch character. I like, but I can't.
Great value Overwatch.
Great value Overwatch. I don't. So we only played one like type of game last night. Is that the only game mode there is?
I don't know.
Is there
That's
other
all I've
modes
played.
where like it's not one life and you're dead? Like, is there other game modes where it's like team deathmatch or like other objectives?
That's all I've played.
Awesome.
I'm only 2 days more a Valorant pro player than you are.
You are a pro Valorant player, Joey. You're the
I know.
proest.
I got
Proest.
one time I got an ace.
Oh my god. That team must have sucked.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happens, man. You gotta get
Wow.
in the headspace of all other gamers if you want to be the the Valorant master. Truth it. My name is Hunter Uzumaki, and I'm going to be the next Twitch pro gamer. Truth it.
Truth it.
What did you just pour in there? Was that coffee? It sounded like there was glass in it. Whatever you just poured in.
It was coffee with broken glass in it. I can't start my day any other way.
I meant to say ice, and I realized I said glass. I almost spit up all my soda all over the monitors. Oh, God. Oh, pro Valorant. Well, you know what? Even if I had spit all over my... no, we won't go to the next thing yet. We didn't talk about Valorant enough.
We didn't.
We didn't talk
We
about it
didn't
enough.
talk about how it's got Sombra in it.
It's got some... It has, it's got some... It's a game. It's a game. Our friend cornered us and forced us to play it. He was
He
like, "You
did.
gotta."
He took out his switchblade comb. He was like, you better play Valor with me because I played Valheim one time."
And they combed his hair backwards one
And then
time,
combed his hair back.
and they pointed it right at us again. Gotta play Valorant. So yeah, we played it. I played it for the first time last night. Joey's, like I said, Joey's 2 days more of a pro gamer than I am. It's a shooter. It's a shooter. It's a shooter.
It's not Call of Duty though.
It's not Call of Duty, and I was kind of upset about that. I was hoping I could use my same skills.
Hunter just
from
wants
there.
to like run around.
Yeah, I want to run and gun. Run and gun. It's the only way to win, man. But it's
And
whatever.
Valorant very much is.
Dude, in this
you
whole
walk
spread
around.
mechanic and shift walk and you gotta stay still, but don't stay still because you get shot. But if you get shot, and then if you
I
get
thought
shot, you walk.
I thought someone who loved Mass Effect as much as you would be used to the horrible spread mechanic.
No, there's no horrible spread mechanic.
Mass Effect 1!
Mass Effect 1. I
You were
literally
like,
was about to
alright,
say.
I got my crosshair on him. The fucking bullets are like going over here.
And Mass Effect 1's spread was horrible. But granted, I played Mass Effect 1 like twice, and then I played 2 and 3 like 30 times. So 1 is not my forte. I know the story very, very well, but the game was not my favorite. I have to sneeze. Mark it, time of death, 11:16. No, the spread mechanic is so weak. There's a shift walk and you can't crouch, and I can't use my controller, and I don't like using mouse and keyboard, and it's just so.
You have to use mouse and keyboard to click on heads.
But you don't just click on heads. You can't just click on the head, because when you do, your shots you could be right on the person. Your crosshair could be in that motherfucker's eyeball, and it's pew, 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 pew. It's drawing a picture behind them like an outline when you make a fucking turkey hand. I hate it.
It's I moved to the side, I strafed to the side as I was firing. There's just bullets all around where they were.
You could literally be you'd shift walk sideways, and you're like, doosh, 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 doosh. This is real life. Boom, boom, boom. This is the game. Go, 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 go. It's all over the place. I hate it. I hate it.
Megan, this is essentially a podcast. You just get to see our horrible faces. Our horrible morning faces.
Exactly. It's the game. I'll play it. I'm gonna play it again though.
From these as a podcast.
Yeah, I could turn them all into audios if we wanted to. We have to get because you can't just post podcasts for free, unlike YouTube videos and stuff. But for podcasts, I guess because I looked into it, I mean a little bit. I don't know if I researched enough, but if we were to post on Apple Music or Google or anything like that, you gotta pay, I guess. Posting a podcast is technically harder than just doing a YouTube video.
You hear this fucking cat now? I see my mic light up, so you must hear it.
Oh yeah, I hear it going.
I'm gonna fucking kill it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna walk over there,
podcast.
And it's gonna run under the bed. There it goes. I didn't even have to walk over. I just stood up.
I just stood up. Dunzo. But that's so serious.
Cats are fabulous creatures.
Oh yeah, they're salt of the earth. Um, but so all the things I complain about this Valorant game, it's whatever. But did you just throw mail at your cat?
Mhm.
I I have to clip that.
I don't have much ammo. I only have 4 more things I can throw.
I got 4 more ammo. Oh my god.
Hopefully, as long as I sit here, I should hit.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh my god. But anyway, it's good.
Can't move.
Valorant, do you have? I can't even. It's good. It's good. We're pro Valorant players now. I'll play again. I hate it, but I'll play it again. It's one of those things where it's like, you hate to gamble because you lose money, but you keep doing it because there's the chance of winning money.
If you're a Valorant player, send Deagle Eagle 420 a friend request and ask to suck his toes.
I don't think we're allowed to say that. I don't think we can do that. I don't think you're allowed to say that, Joey. Oh my god.
I long for the days where we have 1 million viewers and I can do that.
And you can just say that type of stuff, and then all of a sudden Carter's like, "Why does everyone want to suck my toes? Why? What did you guys do? Everybody wants to suck your toes, Carter. Just let it happen. Just let it
Because
happen."
you're the #1 pro Valorant player.
Yeah, he's #1, man. Prosy. Oh god. Well, anyway, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what else is awesome, and gonna take us to the moon.
Speaking of Doges,
Speaking of Doges,
oh, they calmed down.
they
Were just
stopped.
barking while you
They
were
knew I
doing the
was.
segue.
They knew I was segueing. They knew I was segueing, and they were like, "We gotta get our 2 cents." Dogecoin, everybody. Again, we are talking about the coin, the Doge,
Get
the
in.
getting
Get
it
in while
such
it's so cheap.
wow. Yeah, get into it while it's freaking dirt cheap, dirt cheap. Because if you ain't in the Dogecoin, then you don't know how Mark Cuban, the billionaire of the people, says it's gonna be $1 plus more. He believes it's going. He believes it. And he so much believes it that he made it so his entire basketball team, the Dallas Mavericks, can accept Dogecoin as currency. And they have already sold over $600,000. I want to say I might be a little off of currency, or sorry, of merchandise and tickets already with people using the Dogecoin currency. Better
Yes.
believe it.
Truth it.
My name is Dogecoin, and I'm gonna be the next internet currency. Truth it. Believe it.
Such anime reference.
Such
Wow.
anime reference. Wow. Oh, see, it works for everything. Dogecoin. Dogecoin to the moon, guys. It's officially a currency of the Mavericks. It's.
Of the Dallas Mavericks.
I mean, it's happening, man. It's happening. Dogecoin, it's doing its thing, man. Buy in now, get it. We also, real quick before we keep going, we are not financial advisors. You should not listen to anything we say for what you should purchase.
Yeah,
Do not.
Based
we are
on our information.
we are not in any way, shape, or form legal advisors for your money or financial assets. But buy Dogecoin. Mark Cuban says it's going, and I believe that, man. He does a lot of good things. He's a good dude. He's a good shark.
He's a good shark.
Of all the sharks, he's a good shark. He's the best shark. Goodest of sharks. He's the goodest boy shark. Some might call him Shark Doge. I don't know.
Doge shark.
Doge shark. Oh yeah, Dogecoin, man.
So you know what's not good?
What?
This Sunday we're gonna lose an hour of sleep.
Oh, I hate it. You know what I do love though is when we gain an hour of sleep. That's the best time. I'm just lucky I have Sunday off.
But what if you didn't have to adjust your sleep? because the clocks didn't have to adjust.
That's cockamamie. That's ridiculous. Why would something? It's tradition, Joey. Tradition.
Because 1,000 years ago, farmers needed an extra hour of daylight to farm more food.
Yeah, and it's into
But
this day.
now, but now, tractor have light. So
But
why
tractor
change the
light does
clocks?
not give photosynthesis to plants.
The plants still get the same amount of sunlight.
I don't know, man. I don't. The sun comes out quicker when the daylight
No,
saves. The sun comes out quicker.
our clocks have no bearing on the planet
Yes, it
or the
does,
sun.
Joey. That's how science works. Someone get a scientist in here.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, come on the show and explain how the sun works.
Explain how the sun works because Joey is wrong. No, it's cool. Yeah, Senate has proposed a bill for permanent daylight savings time. Uh, Basically, you watch Joey throw mail at cats, and you don't have to reset your clocks. Uh, I so I
God, if I could just have a channel where I throw mail the whole time.
Do you get enough mail to do that, or do you need someone who reloads you?
No,
Like you throw it, they go get it really
I gotta
fast and
train
bring
the
it
cat.
back.
You gotta train the cat to bring it back to me.
All right, go get it. Go get. No,
Now listen, everybody. I'm not Alinity. I'm not actually hitting the cat with the mail. I'm hitting the door and scaring the cat away from it.
everybody needed
All
it.
right.
We had to clear that up.
Don't fucking don't fucking call Pete on me.
Don't
All right.
at
I'm not
don't at me,
actually
bro.
hitting the cat with the envelope.
Don't at me, bro. uh, but yeah. So I mean, so like, so wait, the clock is still gonna go forward on Sunday.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah. The
was this?
Senate
Go ahead.
Senate has proposed a bill for permanent daylight savings times, so the clocks would not have to change anymore. But we're not going to have it probably for this clock change. What we're gonna when it's going to get installed is probably where we would gain a sleep, just to give us a little extra.
They should let us gain the hour and then change it.
Like like what our government always likes to do to us. They like to get the extra.
But that's the thing, though. So here's the other thing, though. The other reason why I like the daylight savings things. So for one like half of the year, you know, the sun comes out earlier, and when you wake up, you're like, oh, the world. But when you go home, it's darker, right? It's darker faster when you go home, but like it's daylight, you know. But then in the other half of the year, you go home when the sun's still out, making you feel like you haven't wasted your entire day at work. And when you wake up in the morning, though, it's very dark. So there's two coins. And if we make it so that this Sunday when it goes forward an hour, what's that make it? This when it goes forward, is that the cat?
Yeah.
Are they like reaching under and grabbing like the door thing and going ching
Mm-hmm.
ching? I've never actually seen that, like ever. I've seen videos, but I didn't know it was a real thing. It's a so like I was saying, I can't remember. So when the clock goes forward an hour, is that the one where the sun is out in the morning and down in the afternoon, or does that mean where the sun isn't out yet in the morning and it's still up in the afternoon? I can't remember.
I don't know, man.
But that's the other thing about daylight savings times is you get that. So like one half of the year you're like, oh man, I get to go home when the sun's out, and then the other one's like, oh man. So people have different preferences to that, right? So if we make it permanent, which one of those are we making permanent? Are we making permanent that we go home in the dark, or are we making permanent we go home in the light?
I don't know.
These are the questions that need to be answered.
Nobody
These
knows how it actually works.
no one actually knows how time works. Oh my god. Remember, wait, maybe they're doing this because the scientists, remember, they're like, oh man, we're losing time because we're rotating too fast. It's a conspiracy. The scientists are making this up. They're making it so we have permanent daylight savings time. I remember when we talked about that. That was like what, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? Like, that was a long time ago. We've done so
I
many
don't know.
episodes now. This show's like gone on forever.
Yeah.
We've basically made like Star Wars trilogy.
Oh yeah. Fuck. We're
Yeah.
better.
Oh, cat's like meow. But yeah, Senate
It keeps
proposes a bill.
running under the bed. It's such an idiot.
Senate
I'm
proposes
trying
a
to let
bill.
it out.
Get out of here, cat. Get out of here. That's all right. It's part of the show. So yeah, Senate proposed a bill. Daylight savings time might be permanent. But you know what's even more permanent than daylight
No,
savings time?
this cat won't go out the door. That's what's the most
That's
permanent.
pretty permanent. But something that's even more permanent is the memories we share with the players at our table when we play D&D. Shagway, Shagway, do 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 do. Uh, so yeah, guys, today the reason that we talk and the reason why we're even on the Creeper is now my co-host, by the way. Uh, the reason we even have the show is to talk about D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, and all the role-playing stuff that is fun. Um, we are talking about today roleplay in combat, how it's effective, what you can do as homebrew content for it, you know, all the different bad things, good things, pros, cons, other synonym for good and bad, reasons to roleplay during combat.
Yes.
Yes, yes. I didn't realize you put win fights with the power of friendship. Oh man, and that's actually a good example of like whenever you watch an anime and like during the fight, there's like the super long speech that literally, if that happened in real life, it would literally happen in a second, and that person would be knocked out faster than you could finish your paragraph. That's what we're talking about. Roleplay in combat. Joey, what's your take on some roleplay in combat?
I think it needs to be utilized more, but there's no good rule sets for it, so no one does it.
You're right. There's not. And a lot of it's going to have to be to come up with your own kind of thing. Home brewing it in, as one would say.
It's
Um,
all we do.
it's all we ever do is homebrew. Cat's like, yep, yep. That's all you do. It's all you do. But yeah, role playing combat. Like Joey said, there's not really any rule format for it. And you know what specifically is role playing combat, right? Like you have regular combat for Dungeons and Dragons, and there's the tournament order, initiative, all that stuff. Now, technically, the most that there is for like actual rules for role playing combat, or at least most people, and like the most common I know of, is you get 6 words to say on your turn. You can say a max of 6 words on your turn. That's like the most common I know of is of any type of communication during roleplay. Obviously, that's not something I always stick to in our games because Joey gave me that face, and that's not even my fault. That's because the players decide to just they want to say whatever they want, and then I just let it happen because I'm done arguing about it. But then there's also the new rules for playing roleplay in combat where there's inspiring people like bards do. They obviously get more than 6 words because they do some type of
Mhm.
action that inspires people. What can people do to make this roleplay in combat effectively be good for it? You say, win fights with the power of friendship. Now, here's my question. First of all, as I poke holes into our own topic, um, let's say this whole win fights with friendship. There is, a person, your teammate, your party members fighting a big bad, and you're like, you can do it. You're the best. He's destroyed your family. Remember all the good times we've had in our friendship. You can do it. And then how does that affect that player? Does it give them some sort of inspiration? Does it give them, whatever it does? Does it give them advantage? Whatever it does that take away from even being the bard class at that point? Because
Right.
isn't the
I
bard
mean,
specifically? Yeah,
if you want to role play in combat, everyone needs to play a bard.
There is that. Everyone would have to be a bard to do this whole role playing combat thing for it to have actual mechanics that are made, right?
Mhm.
I mean, already placed into the game. Everyone's a bard. Then you all get to be anime characters and do whatever you want. And if you all just take one level in bard and then whatever class you want to be after that, then you really can roleplay in combat. But some of you are better at it than others if you continue to be a bard. So
Mhm.
there's that, right? There's the fact that we're talking about this roleplay in combat, but does it take away from anyone wanting to be just a bard if everyone just gets to do it, right? So what type of things can we do to offset that? That it's not something that just feels like, well, I'm just a bard, or I'm taking away from the bard and the bard doesn't get to do anything because we're already doing it for free. What type of things can you do that's role play and combat that doesn't effectively ruin someone else's choice of being a different class?
Well, I mean, there's the help action.
There's the help action. You can turn that help action into not just literally someone being like, I helped them do that. They roleplay and do a leadership, like in our cyberpunk game. When you have your luck cards, you play leadership, and you have to actually be role playing something to be leadership to give them a plus or an advantage. Um, is it still okay that we do that? So we say we go to D&D and we during the help action. The help action is you can do it, Fick. Like you got this. Fucking punch him in the eyeball. Um, is it still not taking away from the bard if it just gives advantage or gives like a +2? Is is the
Well,
is the die
see,
more powerful
now,
than the advantage or plus?
uh, not always. I think the big problem is with that, and I know if Carter was here, I can feel him. I can feel him like raging somewhere. He got a cold chill down his spine.
Oh.
It's just going to put the action economy in shambles.
Oh my
If
god.
you're using your action to give other people the help action.
Puts the action economy in shambles. You are correct. That is something he's always complaining about. It's the action economy. So how do we? So what's the ailment to this, Joey? What do we do? What do we do? We're talking about role playing combat. How do we make this work? Do you?
Maybe it just doesn't work. Maybe it just doesn't.
Maybe it just doesn't. Maybe our entire topic just
Maybe it was
falls
never
apart.
meant to be.
Maybe it was never meant to be. Except that's not what we do here, Joey. We come up with solutions. We come up with the answers. We let people know just what they can do with their D&D and their DMing
What if you
skills
have
and affect
something
their games.
like everybody gets a token at the beginning of the session that they can? That's like their inspiration token that they can award. They have to do something to give it out.
That is a very good idea. I like that one a lot. So at the beginning of every session, so everyone gets a coin. Now, can you save up the coins? That's another good question. If you don't use it that session, can you keep saving them, or can you only ever have one at a time? And when you do give it out, does it give? Does
You
it?
get a number of them equal to your charisma value.
Yeah, but then you're just a bard again.
Hmm.
You're taking. You get. They've got. It's got to be a super limited quantity, right? I mean, that seems like the closest to a solution so far. So everybody
It
gets.
will make the bard overpowered.
Oh my god, it would make the bard super overpowered because then you get their inspiration dice and this token thing. Oh, good god. But that's the question too. What does the token do? Does it give a die? Does it give like a D4, the smallest amount literal possible? Because the bard starts with a D6, right? And then goes to D8, D10, D12, right? So D4,
Yeah.
smallest literal possible, gives a D4. Does that seem doable and not taking away from the bard's power? Potentially, maybe. Or does the token let someone re-roll one time? Like, do you give someone a re-roll one time by giving some type of role play in combat? Or is it a +1? Is it a +2? Is it a static effect? You know what I mean? Now, I feel like if you were to do it as a static effect, you'd have to do it as a +1 because doing the D4, we were trying to go with the literal less possible thing to not outweigh what the bard can do, right? So if we do it as a static effect as +1, it literally makes it the lowest possible if they rolled it on whatever dice. It only gives a +1, but that +1 could make all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
But the token idea seems really good. I like that a lot.
And you can't just give it out. You have to be like,
You have to do a little something,
you gotta do the thing.
Yeah, you gotta do a thing. You gotta do a little something, something. It makes sense. Like you have to. Like this is literally the. We could call it. Oh my god, you could call it the friendship token. Everybody gets a friendship token, and during the game, if at any point during combat, does it have to be during combat? I mean, technically we made this for just role playing combat. But could the friendship token be used anywhere that you are able to role play some type of uh, celebration or in I don't want why do I
I
keep
think
wanting to say inspiration?
outside of combat,
The help
it's
action.
much easier to use the help action.
Okay, so the friendship token is specifically a thing for in combat, where you get
Yeah.
to somehow role play a way that you enhance or help or cheer on another player. And
Yep.
the friendship token either gives a +1 static effect or a D4. Obviously, I think between the two, the D4 is better because you have the chance of getting a 4. Um, I think I like the D4 better. I'm not entirely sure. What do you think?
I like the D4 better.
I like the D4
Everyone
better.
likes a die better than
Yeah,
the static effect.
you're right. So then you get a friendship token, and as long as that player actually role plays a genuine cheer or helping action to a person during combat, boom, they give a friendship token to that person, and they get an extra D4.
I don't see any reason why you couldn't let them stack up. You just can't use more than one per turn. Like one person can't have more than one per turn from any other
Right, you
person.
can't be like, I give you a friendship token, I give you a friendship token, I give you a friendship token all in one turn. No,
Mm.
not okay. Um, now here's the other thing: does the friendship token cost an
Cost you
action?
your reaction.
I damn, you knew my question before I even asked it. Costs you your reaction. That's good. Can you also use it as a reaction then if it costs you a reaction?
Yeah, like I think like it is your reaction. Like you can see, oh, I rolled, oh, I'm like 3 under, and then you can be like, no, you got this, and then you can give them your friendship token.
There you go. Sweet. So the friendship tokens, everyone's given one at the start of a session, right? Now, if you don't use yours, do you get to keep it and build up from the next session? I think you
Mm-hmm.
just said that seems like something you could do, right?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that should have a limit though. Like it can build up one plus your charisma modifier. So like the most charismatic people in the group would have the most opportunity to stack them up, and
Oh,
that
so
just plays off their
you can
personality.
only stack it to what your for your charisma mod is? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
one plus.
Okay, so if someone has a +2, they can stack 2 of the tokens,
Right, but if somebody has a 0 or
minimum
less,
of
then
one.
they can only ever have one.
Only ever
Right.
have one. And actually, if they have 0, do they lose it at the end of the session if they don't use it, or do you always get to have a minimum of 1?
I think you always have a minimum of one.
Oh wait, that's the same thing. If you get one at the
Yeah,
start of a session
you lose
and
it
you
at
lose
the
it,
end of the session,
you're
but then
gonna
you
get
get
it.
one at the beginning.
Oh, so no,
You
yeah, the
always have
minimums. Yeah,
one.
you always have one. You always have one. That makes sense. I'm an idiot. We've done it, Joey. That's the fucking solution right there. Like what did I say? What did I say? That's what we do. Dungeons and Dragons. This is perfect. I think we have solved all roleplay and combat issues and stuff all the time. Um, now that we have talked about all the good things it can do and how to use the mechanic, do you see any flaws other than Carter's literal spine-chilling shiver from across the world of the action economy being in shambles?
I feel like you'd get the people who are like, "Oh, I just give them my coin." Like, you'd have the people who didn't want to role play it,
Then they don't get to do it. From a DM standpoint,
and they
I would
don't get
say
to do
then
it.
they don't get to do it. You don't get to just give your token. You have to do something, or you don't get to give it. There's a reason that mechanic's in place. You either do it or you don't get it, and you'll never get to use one of those things until you learn how to do it. Until you learn the power of friendship, because it's the friendship token. That seems
Honestly, it feels pretty balanced.
I,
To be fair, like you
it
can
does
exhaust
feel
your
pretty good.
reaction.
Yeah.
It's a single D4. I mean, the bard might get scary because they're like, "Here's my inspiration. Oh, it wasn't good enough. Here's my friendship."
So there. Okay. So that does bring up a good point. Do you? Oh no, because it still works with our rules. If you get to use it as a reaction, then
Mhm.
on their turn they could have given someone a bardic inspiration. The bardic inspiration wasn't enough. They then also get to use their react. No, that still seems balanced because they're using up all of their literal actions.
Yeah.
It still seems balanced. And then them using their reaction, they don't get to do like cutting words and stuff. Instead, they do this
Mhm.
friendship token thing. Dude, this is pretty bad. I think we literally just made the newest rule for. Please
Yeah.
call Wizards of the Coast.
Un-
Someone get them
Unearthed
on the phone.
Arcana. Get
Someone get them on
posted.
the phone. I mean, this seems pretty great. I like it a lot, man. I really don't know if I see too many flaws in it. Other than, like I said, the Bard might be the only thing that makes this tough. But even saying that the Bard becomes overpowered, they still only get one per session. So unless
Mhm.
they don't use one for like 5 sessions, then it's like they just didn't do anything for 5 sessions, and now they've saved it up, and they're going to use 5 of them in one. It's good. So they get an extra bardic inspiration, which is nice, and everyone gets their own type of bardic inspiration, but it's called friendship
Yeah.
token. I honestly, I think it's pretty great. I think we're going to implement it into our games, Joey. I think I'm
Hell
doing it.
yeah.
I'm doing it.
Animate that shit up.
We're doing it, man. We're doing it. Uh, it's pretty damn good, dude. I like it. This is good. We made a new rule that's forever going to go down in history. Uh, I honestly don't know about any other bad things with this or things that are flawed. I can't see anything. We're gonna need an expert, but I mean we're the experts, but I don't know if I see anything wrong with it. With that being said, what's next?
Is there anything next? Oh my god, there is something next. No, please.
Mm, 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 mm. We gotta have like music for the monster of the week.
For the
It's
monster of
monster
the
of
week.
the week
Oh my god.
time. Oh, what's our
Don't
monster of the
worry,
week, Joey? What page are
it's
we on?
a nice short one. 284.
284. What is on page 284?
Succubus and Incubus.
Well, no, that's a different. That was a different episode we did. What else is on page 284?
Oh, Sturge.
The
Ill.
Stidge.
Ill. Oh.
It's a real ugly looking
Oh.
fella. Look at that.
Oh.
Stidge. Real ugly looking
Imagine,
fella.
imagine that as a Jim Henson puppet.
I mean, dude, he looks like something straight out of the Dark Crystal, man. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Anyway, Sturges, my friends. Joey, would you like to start?
Sure, the Sturge. This horrid. It's a good start. This horrid flying creature looks like a cross between a large bat and an oversized mosquito.
Mm.
Its legs end in sharp pincers, and its long needle-like proboscis slashes the air as it seeks its next meal.
Ugh.
Sturges feed on the blood of living creatures, attaching and draining them slowly, allowing although they pose little danger in small numbers, packs of sturges can be a formidable threat, reattaching as quickly as their weakening prey can pluck them off.
Blood drain. A scourge attacks by landing on a victim, finding a vulnerable spot, and plunging its proboscis into the flesh while using its pincer legs to latch on to the victim. Once the scourge has sated itself, it detaches and flies off to digest its meal. Quite literally, a
So if
mosquito.
your if your yeah if your D&D game needs more mosquitoes,
More bug types.
we got you. Bug types. Oh my god, where's Toby?
Oh, oh, oh. Comes out of nowhere with a huge bug catcher net. Samurai sword. Yeah, Sturges. I actually, so when you said them last night, I was like, what the fuck is a Sturge? Then I realized I did use Sturges already one time with the other group. They went into a dungeon and they were hanging literally everywhere. And every time the party came into the flock, like a flock of them or a cluster of them, they literally were like, oh my fucking god. Because these things will fly down, they'll hit somebody. If they hit, they instantly attach, and then at the start of the turns or like on that turn, like hold on, I gotta remember exactly. But anyway, they boom, and then it drains 10 hit points. Like just it just poof, 10 hit points, sucks it right out. Oh no, sorry, not 10 hit points. It's 1d4 plus 3, and then once it hits 10 hit points that it's drained, it'll fly away. It'll detach and fly away, eat that blood, then come back. It's freaking cool, man. I mean, they're super easy to kill. I mean, they have 2 hit points. You literally just and they're dead. But the fact, and like it says in the thing, they're a 1/8 challenge rating. They're super easy. But the fact that when you have to fight, like 20 of them, or
Mm-hmm.
like 15, whatever it is, then it gets tough. Because yes, you can kill one instantly, but when your action economy is used up by having to fight off like 1 or 2 of them, and then like 7 more attempt to like get into you and suck your blood, it's tough.
Yeah. Combat multipliers, man.
Combat multipliers.
Just think about it. If you got a party of 4 people, 8 of these things have to double the party.
Hmm.
That's a times 2 or times 3 combat multiplier.
Well, technically, 8 of them is for like 1/8 means that one level 1 character, not level 1 character. Well, one character could fight 8 of them by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So even 8 of them against 4 people is, yes, there's still that amount that like 4 of them can die in the first round, and 4 of them go in and attack. But 8 against 4 people is still technically not even that hard. I think actually if we get, let's actually do some math here. Ready? Let's go to the CR calculator. To the CR calculator. All right, here we go. CR calculator. Uh, we've got what happened? So we got 4 level what characters? Level 1?
Yeah, let's because these are something you see early on, right?
All right, 4 level 1 characters. Number of mount. Let's do 8 of them, like you just said, and the CR is 1/8. Calculate. Oh wow. Okay, it actually says that 8 of them is a deadly encounter for level 1
Yeah,
characters.
yeah.
Interesting. The difficulty multiplier is 2.5, because they are considered a gang. Um, Adjusted difficulty rating is 500 XP. Um, oh, I didn't know it did that. That's funny. I didn't know it did that. But yeah, I mean, even 8 of them, I guess, is a deadly encounter. So here's the thing, though, for the calculator sometimes. I will use this, and it'll say deadly, but then you guys face off against it, and it's done in 2 rounds. Like,
Well,
that's,
most combat's done in 2 rounds.
it's, sometimes I'm just like, what the, like, how is this, it seems this deadliness is a lie. Um, but yeah, I mean, Sturges, man, they're pretty tough. Now, I've already talked about an instant of when I use Sturges. Joey, do you have another instant that's a possibility for these Sturges?
I think it would be cool to have a high level party and you're at like a town or something that's near like a bog or whatever. And then you just have like a swarm of like many, many.
Many, many Sturges,
Like
just
you don't even have a number. They're just coming, boy. And you better have your raid ready.
just run, run, run.
They're fucking just like eating up the regular town people, like 5 of them attached to a regular bystander
Oh
at a
my
time.
god, could you imagine if they're just like, ah! And they're flapping on them. You're just like, holy shit. Oh man, that's so good. A nest of Sturges like nearby a town, and something like causes them to get all riled up and come into the town.
Yeah.
That's
They just
pretty good.
descend on the town like locusts.
Everyone
And
thinks it's, they just think
really
it's like
it's
a
just the
cloud.
party trying to like survive
Everyone
for
looks
enough
up in the
rounds that they're
sky.
like, all right, we're gonna fly away.
All right. Everyone thinks it's like a cloud of like darkness. Like, they're just like, oh man, a thunderstorm's rolling in. Oh my god, just kidding, it's flying fucking mosquitoes. Flying mosquitoes. Mosquitoes already fly. Giant flying mosquitoes. There we go. It's crazy. Sturges they are a super by themselves. They are a weak enemy. Together they are strong. And they are strong because of the power
of
of
friendship.
friendship. That's our message of the week. Friendship. The power of friendship, my friends. It is a powerful thing. Other than that, I think we are getting to that time, Joey.
Time for so long.
So long, farewell,
Sing just one more
arrivederci.
song.
Oh, I don't know how it goes. I end it
Thanks
with
for doing your
arrivederci.
part.
Do you know the whole thing? 'Cause I don't
Sure
know.
are smart.
All right, I'm just gonna keep going.
With me and you
I don't.
and my dog Blue, we can do anything that we want to do.
Wait, you have a blue shirt on, aren't you, Blue?
I'm Blue. You're Steve.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be Joe.
No, I'm good.
Who's the new guy? There's like an Asian guy now.
Dude, I don't even. Well, his name's still Steve, right? They didn't change his name, did they? I would
I
see.
don't know. Joe had a different name.
JoJo Adventure. How bizarre.
JoJo, his stand is blue.
That's so good. Oh man. All right.
Oh god.
But yeah, guys, that is the we are near the end of the show here.
Steve is Dio.
Steve is Dio. Oh man, we're off the rails again. Uh, anyway, guys, remember you can always join the Discord community and join in with like-minded Slayers like yourselves in chat and ask us questions for each show each week. And you can learn any of the hard-hitting questions you would like to ask us, like where does Joey get his mugs? How many cozies do I actually have? And why doesn't this lightsaber stay on when I want it to? I don't know. But these are the
Just falls over
questions.
and smashes.
Oh my god, just fuck. Ask us questions, guys. Join the Discord community. The link is in Twitch. The link is in YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, we also have a YouTube channel. What should they do when they go to the YouTube channel, Joey?
They should like, comment, and subscribe on the very few videos that are on there. It'll be super easy and it'll get us in the algorithm.
Yeah, there you go, guys. It's that simple. And then, as always, you guys can reach us on other social medias at literally these names down at the bottom. Nope, other side, Joey. There you go.
I always forget that my camera is like reversed.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much. Joey, what is your feel-good message of the week?
My feel-good message of the week is go outside and enjoy the warm weather if you're someplace warm. Because we're going to get more snow. It's coming.
But enjoy that hot, hot, hot sun before it goes away. Please and thank you. Other than that, guys, I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining us for Slaying Dragons in the morning. Starting your morning with us, me, your host, Hunter.
Joey.
Joey.
Jojo.
Joey Jojo. Thank you so much, guys. This has been Slaying Dragons in the morning. As always, have an adventurous day, and don't stop slaying those dragons. Bye, everybody.
Be good to each other.
Later.